Hi guys, I'm Tim and this is Alex and we're at Big Bear Bikes in Pickering, North Yorkshire. Today we're taking a look at the new Trek Fuel EXE. Alex, great bike, it's been in the news a lot of late. Tell us all about the EXE, what's so special about this bike?
Yeah, so the EXE is one of the new revolutionary lightweight e-bikes. So it's lower power than a normal kind of full fat, what we call them e-bikes, with a smaller battery. But obviously the lower power with the smaller battery still allows it to cover the same kind of distance, but just with a lesser assistance. The lighter weight means that the bike is more nimble, so you can chuck it around a bit more, and it's a lot less cumbersome than a full fat e-bike. Great,
so it's lighter, it's more nimble, and you mentioned the battery there and the motor. This motor doesn't make a lot of noise.
No, it's pretty much silent. We have managed to get a little bit of a noise out of it when you're really spinning it up on the cadence, but pretty much designed to be nice and quiet and a natural feel as well, so it's not as aggressive as some of the full fat e-bikes.
And from a look point of view, I've got the Fuel EXE. Yep. This frame isn't remarkably bigger, it doesn't look remarkably different. I'd say it looks like any other non-electric mountain bike.
Yeah, no, so the new Fuel EXE, equally, if we were to put them both next to each other, at a glance, you would barely notice the difference.
Great, so straight away guys, if you're thinking about, I fancy getting an electric mountain bike, but actually I don't want my mates to know, this is the bike. It's lighter, it's nimbler, it's got a silent motor, it's not going to be like, you know, being up at Dolby and hearing those guys coming up behind you before they're even there. So great, the motor then, so what motor's in this bike?
So this is the TQ harmonic pin ring transmission. Basically it gives 50 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
So to put that in perspective, a Bosch Performance CX line gives 85 Newton meters.
Right.
So a lot more powerful. So it's about 2/3 of the power, but it's got a very natural feel as well. You can actually also, there's an app to go on your phone, you can attach your phone to it and actually adjust the levels.
Cool.
And you can adjust how punchy that power is in its delivery as well.
Right.
So you can have it to be more punchy, as in more aggressive, or back it off so it's a more natural feel.
So what kind of speed is this battery going to stop helping me?
So all e-bikes, this is UK legislation, will stop assisting you at 15.5 miles an hour.
Right.
But crucially, with a lightweight e-bike, when you get up to 15.5, the bike will still roll quickly.
Right, okay.
So it's not going to get up to full speed and then stop powering. Yeah. It will roll quite nicely, and you're still able to pump it through things quite nicely as well.
Yeah, I actually rode this bike at Dolby last week, and yeah, I absolutely agree with you. The minute you got to any sort of speed where the battery wasn't providing the same level of assistance, the motor wasn't providing that assistance, yeah. I still felt like I was riding a bike that was perfectly comfortable. I could kick on, keep up with people, yeah. No problem at all. You mentioned a smaller battery, so what's the range on this bike?
Yes, the range of this, I mean, I would suggest obviously the computer on it gives us a length of time,
right,
as opposed to a distance, which is what Bosch do. So this one's currently telling me at 46%, this bike can be now ridden in the lowest power setting for 2 hours and 48 minutes.
Right, and what about the highest power setting?
So in the highest power setting, I shall tell you, 1 hour 35.
Right, okay. So for half the battery life, full power, an hour and a half's riding. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's going to more than satisfy anybody on any sort of ride, right?
Yeah, definitely. And another great feature of this, the display, obviously, by the way, is built into the top tube, but the controller is on the handlebars. What it also tells you is the amount of watts the rider is putting in to the amount of watts the motor is putting in.
Right.
So in the lowest setting, the amount of watts you're putting in, the motor will assist half.
Right, okay, so 50% extra again?
50% extra.
Right, okay.
In the second setting, it's about equal.
Yeah.
And then in the highest setting, it's about 1.5. So
right.
150% assistance, basically.
Wow, fantastic. So Alex, what's the specification of the 9.5? What are we getting if we're buying this bike?
So we're getting a really good mid-spec Shimano drivetrain. So we've got an SLX shifter, XT derailleur, 12-speed cassette on there. Suspension wise, we've got the great RockShox 35 Gold fork on the front there. We've got compression damping, rebound damping. It's an air fork as well, and obviously the 35mm stanchion makes it lovely and stiff for great ground tracking. Rear suspension also, we've got lockout and rebound damping on the RockShox Select Plus rear shock. Okay.
So this is the 9.5. We've got a robust specification on this model. What happens if I start going up? What are my options?
So as we go up the range, we're going to get better finishing kit. So handlebars and stem will get stiffer, lighter, We'll get a better dropper seat post as well, so that will be more functional. Suspension on the next model up, on the 9.7, we get a Fox suspension, so 36mm stanchion, and better control damping on the rear as well. So just a more premium package.
Yeah.
With also a 9.8 and a 9.9.
And you get electric group set on those, right?
You can get electric group set options.
Yeah.
The electric group set obviously is a fantastic option. It does make the bike a little heavier because motors and batteries weigh.
Yeah.
However, it is, you know, it's a great, basically push button, get the gear.
Yeah.
But you've got options. As we go up, you can choose your specification a bit more personal.
Brilliant. So there it is, the Trek Fuel EXE. It's in stock right now at Big Bear Bikes. So get yourself down here in Pickering, come and see Alex, come and meet the team, and they'll tell you all about this bike, give you the chance to test ride it. We hope to see you soon.